The page mocks me. And whether I'm locked in writer's block or on the stage knock-knee, the pen will spin infinity being cage, lock, key. I have more of an affinity for this trinity than Neo's soul and Neo's heart. This trio holds my art. Neo's soul is not the Leo part or lion's share of the lines I share. I align my lines with care. I'm maligned by my lines, I swear. My lines don't lie and swear, but my lines are where my lines share my curses, like my lines swear. Power is what my verses and lines wear. My lines have an air, just like a line to an air. God forgave me and gave me a bic to hand me lines like I've picked dandelions from a lion's hair. My life is a den and my pen is where lions dare to enter the lion's lair with lions there. Sometimes I pray my lines spare me. Sometimes my lines scare me, often staring through me while vacuuming what I feel and think and said, then congeal them in ink and lead, then spread them all over the blue lines where you find true rhymes dressing my life. But I'm confessing my life is so messy. I only have a few goals. I'm no Messi, but a man of God whose back feels scored by the hand of God, not always assured when I read my sword that I'll understand the command of God. Life gives me gray hairs and every strand I got is born when life's punches land, planned or not. I feel like an actor in an abandoned plot, or a pauper in an abandoned plot. That's why I pepper my paper properly with proper sounds about this proper noun acting improperly. Former sin property. I was freed indeed by my Christ and Lord, but sometimes return to my former landlord. Too often residing a man-torn, living sin adjacent. Tired of the ups and downs of being an addict in debasement. I need a dramatic hip replacement so I can walk right. I'd rather chalk light than talk right. I'll chalk out lines till my chalk outline, often walk out crying when my verses spill. I'll have this curse until my verse is still, and though it hurts, it's still a curse. I'm still averse to still my verse or quill. This thirst to fill won't disperse until the curse is still. I'll spill my verse until I'm versatile and immerse my verse in style that's versatile. But when I traverse a trial and it hurts to smile, my paper marries the pen. I always wanted to marry a friend and birth a child. It's not that wearing a band makes life worth the while. I've searched the earth a while for a mate for me that I can serve like she's my customer. A woman made for me like she's my custom, her. Find the maid for me and costume her like she cosplays as the uncaused cause who caused day. I'd lay applause to my odd goddess, nod yes and plead fealty to my female deity. But this ain't real, you see, when I kneel it's like God ain't feeling me. I plead my case and it's funny like Key and Peele that a key appeal would be the spirit has the key to healing me. No matter where my paracletes have taken me, the paraclete has a stake in me. I've often felt he's forsaken me, but he gave me the paragraph as a parachute to awaken me. Too often paralyzed by my heart's vacancy. Often mistakenly think it's paranormal to share a normal union with a paramour. It's a rare sight. My best picture, like Parasite, is a fiction full of drama, so I'm forced to wait, like an inscription full of commas. But the older I get, the more the depiction of my mama becomes the description of my trauma. A lifer, until I can decipher this encryption. I wonder if she knew it was killing me. Encrypt, son. I cipher like it's the prescription for my guilt and shame. I built my name from the ink I've spilt, filled pages with words I quilled to create a quilt that covers me while you discover me. And I'm discovering that using the pen for this covering doesn't get rid of the discoloring. Always wondering how many cycles this cycle has. I'm serious, friend. I'm a psychopath who cycles paths. When will this bloody period end? I'm serious. When? Delirious pen spun what my cranium brings. I didn't grow up a sun with vibranium rings or fly close to the sun with titanium wings. I didn't fill stadium wings with my name. I shouldered fears and other things with my shame, criticism, and blame around the clock. So whenever the clock slows and I have free time that the clock shows or my cock grows, I hear the cock crow 3 times. And it's true, not even my doc knows. I'm new to this, but it's ludicrous that my every wish feels like a Judas kiss. Crushed and bruised by my humanness and the ruler of the pews from my youthfulness who used truth to imply truthfulness. And it was used to buy my usefulness. I was so obtuse I didn't view the disasters from my 2 pastors. Each is a master who mastered speeches like a master teaches in a master thesis. But one left the church's path in pieces, while the other tried to plaster feces on my masterpieces. I just want to masterpiece. Is that too much to ask? I take the parts of me that are too rough to craft when you want to touch the mask and see the heart of me. I use the art of me to cut open an artery and make my page watery, self-martyring. Spit rhymes till I start stuttering, bartering with God to be a better me. I don't want my legacy to be all guitar and lettering. Can't seem to get a ring or a wife to give my name. Praying my life ain't just Lil Wayne playing Lil Wing for a little while with no little ones to speak of. Battling fear as I seek love with a lifelong disappointing streak of heartbreaks. Frequent heartaches when I met her. She was my pleasure I wanted to treasure up. An asset, as I said, I was set to wed her. She wanted to be led by the letter, a leader who would never mess her up. Cooler and clever with the letters, but how can I be a ruler when I never measure up? I have better luck when I'm sowing the vows, when life gives me the stuff that'll grow in the bowels and I'm ready to throw in the towel. Groaning and growls, so apprehensive, moody, defensive, brooding, pensive. My duty is to create beauty through my pensive, but it's expensive. It cost me my mind. Line by line, I'm trying to be more fantasy than Pharisee. My rhymes are a rarity, they are fire like kerosene, but I'm in therapy to repair my disparity of charity and heresy. Me comparing me is impairing me. Sometimes it's embarrassing, sometimes it's scaring me. But somehow sharing me unblocks me. It's hard, I'm often boxing to unbox me. I show lots of moxie, but the pen and page mocks me. It locks and unlocks me. A walking oxymoron who writes to hawk these neurons. Or I seek my rhymes to speak my mind. I know if you seek you'll find, but I often feel weak, like I have to seek my spine. And during my bleakest times I will lie on the floor oblique with sorrow bleaks from crying. Seek rest for all my secret crimes that keep my ink from dying, and fill pages with tears that keep my ink from drying.